So my dude's Valkyrja, and today we're with Xiao, and I saw your comments on the video, like, what was it, a day ago, yesterday, or something like that, about how I'm misunderstanding Primordial Wing Spear, about how I'm undervaluing the crit rate and all that. Well, I'm going to show you guys why I don't think it's as good as everybody else does. I actually think it's his worst option personally, and why I compared it the way I did. So you can see I'm at 97.6, 199. For the purpose of me showcasing what you guys have, I'm going to go through my artifacts. I'm just going to pick the artifacts with the absolute most crit damage. So I'm going to cut to that now. So now I've swapped over, not to my best CV artifacts, but my artifacts are focusing the most on crit rate. This genuinely, I think I have a Geo one down here that's like a couple percent more, I believe. Yeah, it's about 5% more crit damage, and I lose out on the crit rate that this artifact has, but this is probably the only one that I don't have the absolute most crit damage on, but this is the most crit damage I have on a sand. This is the most crit damage I have on a feather, and this is the most crit damage I have on a flower. So why am I just purely running crit damage and foregoing crit rate, and why am I doing all that? To kind of showcase it to you guys. Well, the reason is because Xiao has very natural crit rate. Now, I know this circlet helps a ton because this is probably one of the best circlets I've ever seen. I have very, very cracked artifacts, and there's normally a much better balance than what's going on right now. This is a very extreme example. But even with me just completely trying my absolute best to ignore crit rate, I'm still at 84% crit rate with 222 crit damage. Then I come over here and I can swap over the Staff of Homa, and I'm at 61.5 and 288. And this is a very extreme case. This is a super extreme case of that. It is not hard to be able to run and get 70% crit rate, as well as 70% crit rate is perfectly serviceable, as well as having a crit damage weapon like Staff of Homa. So the reason I don't value the Primordial Jade Wing Spear as much as I value the others, and the reason, and even in the test I showed you guys, those were my best crit damage artifacts that actually make sense. Because this piece, this setup, like the Raiden Shogun, this actually works somehow. But the Raiden Shogun's here, this is her piece, right? Like I stole a bunch of pieces from other people to make this setup work. For this, with good artifacts, you end up outgrowing the Primordial Jade Wing Spear. If you get really, really good artifacts like I have, you end up just outgrowing this weapon. It ends up being, the crit rate substat ends up being less valuable than crit damage, in my opinion, in my experience. It's just something that you end up outgrowing. Now, if you don't have perfect artifacts in every last slot, then I can understand where you are, where you need the extra crit rate. But Xiao, he ascends with crit rate. I can't show you on this one, but he does ascend with crit rate. And then, not to mention, you throw this on top of it, you're looking at like 50% base crit rate. And then you also throw in any crit rate you get off your artifacts, and you have plenty of crit rate to begin with. So that's the reason I don't value the Primordial Jade Wing Spear as high as others, and I actually think the Calamity Queller is better, and I think the Staff of Homa is better, purely because of the way the setup works and the way and how much natural crit rate Xiao gets. Because I seriously doubt there's any of you guys out here running pure crit damage pieces without a single crit rate roll on all of these. Just absolutely pure crit damage pieces, because this is the most extreme example I can make it. I stole pieces from other people to make it work. I stole all sorts of stuff to try to make this function, and they're going to get their pieces back 100%. But yeah, I just don't value Primordial Jade Wing Spear as much as everyone else, because I just don't see a build that fits it once you reach an in-game build where you have crit rate, crit damage pieces, and odds are you're not rolling purely into crit damage, so you're getting a lot of crit rate. Odds are you're running a bunch of 10%, 20% pieces, and you have enough crit rate already. You don't need 100% crit rate. You don't need 90% crit rate. You don't need 80% crit rate. 70 to 75 to 80, somewhere in that range. Between 70 and 80 is perfectly serviceable, and you are perfectly fine. That's why I value Primordial Jade Wing Spear so little. So hopefully this video explains my thoughts to you guys and why I did that. I get it. I'm not a theory crafter. I never claimed to be one. Don't come to me for theory crafting. People come to me for my opinion, and this is my opinion. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.